Greetings, fellow safety inspectors. Tiki here,
And Jacob Wile.
and welcome to another delayed edition of Tiki's Universe. It's the show where we're covering a wide spectrum of animated programming. This month coming up, we're going to be talking about Star vs. Force of Evil. We're going to be reacting to Steven Universe once again as that goes off hiatus. But Jacob, a show going into hiatus, as a matter of fact, has been in hiatus for about a week, is Milo Murphy's Law, and we're just getting around to covering it. My fault entirely. You and I did the first two episodes. Like last week, they released two new episodes in a row. So you and I reviewed those, and now basically took us a whole week. But here we are, back to episode 5 of season 1. So Jacob, we're gonna, of course, split these up as always. So we'll start off with Worked Day. This is an episode about Milo, kind of going, seeing the careers of the different parents within the Milo Murphy's Law character lineup. So we get to see Zach's mom, we get to see Melissa's dad, we get to learn a little bit more about Mr. Murphy, and we even get a little sweet bit with Milo's mom at the end. So Jacob, what do you think about the episode overall?
I think it's a very, very decent episode. Very good episode. Like a lot of cleverness here and there sprinkled throughout. Like Milo discovering, trying to figure out what he wants to be. Like one of them being an animator. Like,
yes, I love that because
he must be a type.
The funny thing about that is that animator definitely caught my eye when I saw him looking over the career choices, and I was like, oh, that's a fun little nod. And then I love how Milo actually like points it out within the course of the episode. That's great.
Yeah, plus we get to see more in depth of what the pistachio protectors let him do.
What is up with these guys? Because I feel like we got a lot of good fun development with especially the adults of the show this episode. But another couple of adults that aren't paired with any of the kids are the Pistachio Gentlemen and Jacob. These guys are taking me through a loop, and I kind of love it. What do you think of them, just overall as characters?
They're pretty interesting. I mean, I know they're basically their full description, which I won't disclose just yet.
Okay.
because I'm not entirely sure if they're actually gonna, what's said on the wiki is actually true.
Right.
But I'm assuming it is. But they're pistachio protectors, which you've probably figured that much out.
Of course. Oh, it's just
where that's the.
It's just so gloriously absurd. Of course, we get Of course, we get great moments like, I love the confusion on the map. Oh, you see, here's your problem right here. We're on B Street West. You want to be on B Street East.
What's funny is that this map actually confirms that it takes place in the same city as Phineas and Ferb does.
Oh, does it? Okay, nice.
Says map of Danville on the map.
Right on. Shared universe and whatnot.
That's not shared universe, basically continuity. I mean, like according to the creators, like the day of Milo's first school was the day after their last day of summer.
Oh, are you serious? Oh, wow. Okay.
That's basically confirmed. He's like, a person on Twitter asks, like, how far after Phineas and Ferb does Milo Murphy start? He's like, immediately.
Oh, that's great. Okay, I can respect that. That makes me want to go back and watch more Phineas and Ferb now.
The show definitely has a lot more continuity between it, though.
Of course, speaking of continuity, we get a little callback to, I forget his name, but the guy who lurks under the sewers, the Sewer King.
One of the undergrounders.
Yeah, one of the undergrounders. He's like, hey, who stole my roof?
Yeah.
That was fun to see him come back. So let's see, anything else with the Pistachio Gentlemen? And that's what I'm going to call them, the Pistachio Gentlemen.
Well, yeah. I think that's all, except their continuous failed attempts to get to the pistachios, and the fact that guy keeps wanting lunch. That Vinny keeps.
Oh yes, the lunches. Let's talk about the lunches. Thank you. That was the one thing that was on the tip of my tongue. Okay, so, oh my God, I love. What is the name of the one who's kind of like the Brooklyner?
You mean the guy in the jumpsuit, tracksuit?
Yes.
I believe that's Vinny Dakota.
Vinny. Okay, Vinny. That's a very appropriate name for that guy. Okay. So
and his I'm guessing British compatriot Balthazar Cavendish.
Malthazar. Okay. Vinny. Okay.
Yep,
So
Balthazar.
so
Yep,
I'm
Balthazar.
I'm really warming up to Vinny. I like both of them, but Vinny especially, like, because he's just such a regular guy on the surface. You know what I mean? He's just like, oh yeah, we could do a breakfast burrito because that's a breakfast inside of a lunch. Then later on, it's like, oh, we could get a steak sandwich because that's like a dinner inside of another lunch. So yeah.
Yeah.
Really fun stuff. Really fun stuff.
And then it's overly long explanations to which Balthazar says, "All right, I get it."
Hey, look, Balthazar, I'm riding your coattails. All right,
Get
all
it?
right.
Coattails.
Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
We'll have to see how what these guys turn into later. I don't know, because there are a few characters we have yet to see.
Sure, sure. Okay, so let's see. Who else have we not met yet? Let's talk about the parents here. Let's start with Milo's dad. Of course, we've met him, but this is definitely we're getting more and more development on him, which is nice. We get an official career for him.
A safety inspector.
Yeah, and I like this. I like this because it allows him to be in all kinds of different situations, and it just makes logical sense within the context of the crazy universe. You know, like illogical logic.
Yeah, like, I mean, who better to test danger than someone who it's literally attracted to?
So basically, all he has to do is just show up, and that's his job.
I mean, that's basically what he says. Basically, like, well, as they do, show up, see what they do.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Melissa's dad is a little more interesting because he is actually a bit antagonistic towards Milo.
Although I think he might have been just playing around a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think on surface level, like he was trying to be sarcastic about it. I don't know. I get the sense that out of all the parents, he's the one that's like the least cool with Milo.
Though thinking about him, Milo was kind of annoyed. Remember, if you remember, he's like, just seriously, Mario, you weren't near here, were you? He's like, I'm flattered, but no.
But no. Yeah, and that's exactly why I do think that there might be a history between them. Because think about it, this guy's a firefighter. Milo and Melissa have been longtime friends. They've been friends since early childhood, I'd imagine. And so this guy has probably had to put up with Milo for a long time and just stressing out about him, stressing out about his daughter. You know, it's like put yourself in this guy's shoes. It's like it would be a very stressful thing to go through, you know?
Kinda, yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Either way, I think he's interesting. He could. I'm not saying he's like a full-on villain or anything. I'm just saying, he's definitely the one that's kind of like the least accepting of Milo so far from what we've seen. But he's still like he grudgingly goes with it, I guess.
I mean, he tries to protect her, but knows she's probably old and take care of herself in that regard.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's just being a dad.
So let's talk about Dr. Zach's mom. Just no name for her, just Dr. Zach's mom.
It was actually Underwood, I believe.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. She's probably the parent we spent the least amount of time with this episode, but good to get an introduction to her,
Yeah, basically just like she's a doctor.
Yeah. So you want to talk about just kind of the chaos that goes on in the episode, and then I think that's about all we have.
Well, basically, what happens with the doctor is, she actually goes to show them the MRI machine.
And then we've got this ridiculous, like Dracula caricature thing.
Mr. Draco.
Oh my god! I was watching this with my dad, and my dad was just like cracking up at Mr. Draco.
That is pretty funny.
Are you sure I don't cross my arms? I am used to crossing my arms in this position.
It feels so unnatural.
And then by the end, he's just like, never cross your arms! Never cross your arms!
Because he believes that crossing the arms is what caused the whole MRI machine to go crazy.
Really fun stuff. I also love how the assistant, the lab assistant, is just like, She's just like, I don't think I need to be here anymore. You know, but that's a very smart woman, I'd say. That's a very smart woman.
Yep. But due to Milo's luck, he accidentally causes the MRI machine to go into severe overdrive, which attracts everything metal within probably a several-mile radius.
Oh yeah.
including but not limited to electrical lines, wind turbines, and even the Pistachio Gentleman's truck.
No, not this Pistachio Gentleman.
Which they actually crashed into the hospital. It's like, oh, what if? Well, looks like it's hospital food.
That's hospital. That's lunch inside of a hospital.
He's not too enthusiastic about that one.
Well, who is enthusiastic about eating hospital food?
Exactly.
Okay, but let's see. I guess one last thing before we go into the end scene with Milo's mother is the DOG. Like he's not supposed to be here. Is that dead now? I kind of feel like that's dead.
I think that just might have been like a one time or couple times thing.
I know, because
I think it's more. I think the more recurring gag is the
opportunity to do it in this episode. You know, like, oh, DOG, he's not supposed to be in the factory. You know, it's and they just didn't do it.
I think the more gag is like them telling him to go home.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think they kind of cemented it. Like all the characters are kind of like yelling, "DOG, go home." I mean, that's fine, and I still like DOG as a character. I'm just saying, like, I really, you know me, I got a kick out of the whole, he's not supposed to be in the river, so
I think it was just that one-time thing.
Right. But alas, I will agree with one of our commenters, Jacob, and say, I really hope that at some point during the season, the line, he's not supposed to be in the pistachio factory, will be uttered.
I hope so. That would maybe we'll deep into the pistachio mystery.
Okay, Jacob. So, not a lot to say with the ending with Milo's mother, but definitely the most we've seen of her so far. And it was a sweet scene. It was a genuinely sweet scene.
Other than the question about, all right, where's your anchor?
You're right. Well, that was a funny way to kind of go out. You know, that does beg the question.
That does beg the question why he has an anchor to begin with.
Looks like you don't know everything there is to know about me.
Well, you don't know everything about me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's similar jokes like that were kind of semi-recurrent throughout Phineas and Ferb as well.
Sure.
Like them saying like why do you have that? You don't know everything about me. Like it's basically their explanation to like why they had rather either have or doing something weird.
And basically why Milo's backpack is essentially the same thing as Wander's hat.
Hammer space.
Oh, God. Okay, so anything else to say about Milo's mother? Sweet scene, right?
Yep, other than her telling him, like, you can be whatever you want to be, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, then, I guess final thoughts, then.
Very fun episode. Like, we'll find out one day what these pistachio guys are up to.
Yeah, I thought this episode was solid. It wasn't quite as good as some of the other episodes. I'd probably place it near the middle of the pack. I don't, to tell you the truth, I don't think either of these two episodes that we went out on to hiatus were really that strong, but I do like this episode for what it is, especially the storyline with the Pistachio Gentleman. And I also think that this episode was good. It was a proper kind of building blocks episode to get some more of the parents in there. And I'm sure this show, I can already tell, is doing a really good job, kind of Simpsons-esque, of weaving in these small supporting characters that are eventually going to have more fleshed out personalities as the show goes on. So I definitely think this was the right direction in that regard. But for sure, Jacob, the funnest thing in this episode was definitely the Pistachio Gentleman. So,
yeah.
All right, folks.
What? Yeah, who knows where these guys will go?
It's a mystery. All right, folks. So I guess that's it. We'll be back to cover the next episode. And until then, it's his world. And
we're all living in it.
Hey, it's a steak sandwich. It's like a dinner inside of another one.